Welcome back. The Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation is hosting the 25th Ordinary Meeting of the Ministerial Committee of the Organ on Politics, Defence and Security Cooperation on the 17th to the 21st of July in Windhoek. To give us more detail on this, I'm now joined by the Head of Multilateral Relations and Cooperation Department at the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation, Ambassador Jerobeam Shaanika. Sir, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Nina. Good evening to the viewers.
Just to start with, talk to us about what is, the primary objective of the SADC Ministerial Committee of the organ.
Well, the primary objective of the Ministerial Committee of the organ are in line with the protocol on politics, defense, and security cooperations. That are meant to protect the people of the region from violence or anything that can disturb peace and in the region, or to say that can put back the objective of regional integrations that the region has set itself.
And what are the main functions and responsibilities of the Ministerial Committee, within the SADC framework?
Well, within the SADC, as in terms of the Article 5 of the SADC Protocol on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation, it is there to coordinate the institution and function within the SADC, and it reports to the chair of the organ on politics, defense and security cooperations.
Talk to us about how the Ministerial Committee contributes to regional integration and cooperation within Southern Africa, especially in the areas of politics, defense and security.
Well, as I pointed out, they set or look at the agenda or look at or examine whatever issues that are before the organ. They examine it, they make a recommendation to the chair, and the chair will have to take step as recommended by the committee of the organ. But some of the issue could be emanating from the decision of the summit, of the SADC summit, directing the chair to take a specific action on a certain issue. For example, there were certain decisions taken by the summit that took place in Kinshasa last year in August, the 42nd summit, with regard to peace and security in the region. One of them was the chair was directed to set up the SADC electoral observer mission to observe the election in Angola as well as in Lesotho, and of course to engage the Secretary General of the United Nations on the margin of the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly with regard to reconfiguration of the Force Intervention Brigade that is embedded within MONUSCO. And those decisions were carried out, and to the large extent, some of them, the Ministerial Committee of the organ has to see to it the mechanism of implementation of those decisions. So that is really the role of the Ministerial Committee of the organ, with issue pertaining to peace and stability in the region.
Are there any challenges, Mr. Jerobeam, that the committee faces in fulfilling its mandate?
Well, there are challenges in any institution or in any organization aspect. You will face challenge. I mean, it's no secret that the situation in the Eastern DRC it poses a challenge. We have the situation in Mozambique, which is still, although it has stabilized, but it was at the beginning a challenge. we have also some regional issues that before the organ or the agenda of the organs that are yet to be resolved. Those are challenges, and the MCO is there to make sure that they either put up mechanism or use the mechanism that are provided for to see to it that those challenges are addressed.
At this meeting that will be taking place until the 21st here in Windhoek, what are the matters that will be deliberated on?
Well, there are several issues. As you know, that is an ordinary Ministerial Committee of the organ. It's not extraordinary. Extraordinaries mainly deal with the issue or a specific issue, but this is deal with a host of issues. One of the issues is also to account for the decision that were taken during the Ministerial Committee and also by the summit. How were this decision implemented? So that's one of the issue, and also to look into the security situation in the region and other issues. Of course, there was also a new director of the organ who was appointed. It's also something that they have to look into, and also to report back to the summit, because those were some of the issues that were the summit has mandated the committee of organ to see to it that they are fulfilled.
In your own words, Mr. Shaanika, how would you describe the security issue within the region?
I don't think I have to describe it within my own words. Those are reality. The security situation in the Eastern DRC is of concern. There are people who are really facing a challenge, and not only a challenge in terms of being displaced from their home, cannot able to come back. They are not able to live in peace, and unfortunately some have lost their lives. So that is how serious the security situation is. And that's why, if you recall, in May, I think to be precise, May 8, there was a summit of the organ Troika plus the SADC Troika and the troop contributing countries. And then, as you know, that there are also other players in the regions, from other regions. And it was decided that in order to have a coordinated response, it is better for us to have a kind of to coordinate our effort, perhaps using the African Union, and that's why the idea of the quadripartite summit came up. And this was taken to the African Union, and it was convened in Rwanda on the 27th of June. So their situation is bad. And of course, as a responsible region committed to peace and stability, when there are instability in one country of the region, it affects all in many ways. And the only way to do it is to ensure that efforts are taken to arrest the situation before it engulfs the whole region. And that's why I would say I cannot really describe it within my own words, but I describe it as it is.
Yes, lastly, Mr. Shaanika, when it comes to human rights, promoting human rights, democracy, and of course good governance in SADC member states, what role does the Ministerial Committee play in that?
Yeah, that is one of because those are activities that are envisaged within the organ on politics, defense, and security cooperation. Because you see, before you can achieve peace, you have to put up, or the condition in the region must be conducive for the peace to thrive. hence, one of the aspects is to strengthen infrastructure for peace. And it's done in many ways. When the situation is about to deteriorate, there are steps taken to ensure that the situation is normalized. And the intervention or military intervention can only come if and when those other steps have failed. Mm-hmm. But there are several steps, either mediation, even to ensure that the way the elections are conducted, they are conducted in the way they give credibilities and restore faith for the people in that specific country, to ensure that we have we have a stake in, or we have a party to play, and the election that have taken part.
Thank you.
It's credible to be accepted, and it can ensure peace in the country. And there are also other steps that can be taken to, if there are a way to mediate, if there is a conflict, you send in mediator. In terms of, we have a panel of elders.
Thank you.
And these are people who are former head of state, for example, with a credibility to be listened to. So those are some of the mechanisms that can be employed.
Thank you,
to
sir.
ensure the sustainability of peace in the region.
Mr. Shaanika, thank you so much for being here this evening, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for the listeners.
We're going to take a very brief break. We'll be right back. Hi, Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We'll be going on in a few seconds. Thank you.
Okay.